Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready? I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this. In a matter of time I spent on some locked up in the back of the paddy wagon, cuffs locked on wrist. See my dreams unfold, nightmares come true. It was time to marry the game, and I said, yeah, I do. If you want it, you gotta see it with a clear eye view. Got shorty, she try and bless me like I said I chew, like a sneeze. Please for them trick and squeeze, I'm getting cream. Never let them get in between of what we started. Look, but I'm lying hearted. They love me when I was stuck and they hated when I departed. I go and get it regardless. Draw it like I'm an artist, no crawling. Went straight to walking with foreigns in my garages are foreign menaging. Look, I'm on fire.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Check it out. I'm Rob Odie. I'm in Studio 39, aka the Bear Cave. It's Wednesday night, man. You know what it is. It's Spotlight 39 live. That's right. My guy's back. Brandon Howard. We're going to get to him in a second, man. We got some great guests. We got a class of 25 from Virginia. We got a class of 23 from Louisiana. Like I said, coast to coast. It doesn't matter, man. We're nationwide. Spotlight 39. Follow the YouTube channel, subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. The best part is, man, you get to help support these kids. The kids that we have on these shows, sometimes you have no idea who they are. That's what it's all about, man. Let's give them that exposure. Let's give them that extra piece of, looks, right? So, follow us on all social media, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. If I missed something, I don't know. I'm easy to find. Spotlight39.com has all the links. Without further ado, I got to bring on my guy, Brandon. But I almost forgot, man. I always get real excited. So let me pull it up, man. August 26th, this Friday, we kick off the 2022 Spotlight 39 National Football Tour in the 757. That's right. I'm coming back to Virginia Beach. We got Salem visiting Bayside. And on tonight's show, we got a young man from Salem High School. So let's bring on my guy, Mr. Brandon Howard, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. There's a lot of news today. My phone was definitely blowing up about some stuff that I don't have any control over. And then, obviously football season's tomorrow, at least for Texas. And so I'm just excited to see some of these kids get on the field and put in some hard work.
Yeah, man. So speaking of kicking off, right? You're in Texas. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there this weekend, due to, some illness in the family. So I got to stay closer to home. But you get to be there, right? You get to see them boys, Bosco football come to Dallas, Texas to play Allen, right? What are you looking forward to with that matchup?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good matchup. And even to your point, it's a busy weekend across the entire North Texas region. I think there's 2 ESPN games. I'll be at both of those. And then obviously there's the game that you mentioned. So actually there's technically 3 ESPN games this week.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, right?
Right. So happy to be in the mix first and foremost, but then I think Bosco is going to bring a lot to the table. A lot of kids from California, you and I both know, and just excited to see some of these kids again. I think there's a lot of NFL talent on the field. And then for Allen's perspective, a change in the coaching staff, you lose a Chad Morris, where in some aspects, some people would say, hey, that's positive. And in some aspects, some people, value the experience he had. But they're in a new direction, a coach from Midlothian heritage, and they have some big time talent themselves, and Zena,
pretty loaded, right?
Mike Hawkins, etc. But I think we all know how the outcome's going to play.
Yeah, man. So we've got that, right? And then Saturday, what game can they find you at on Saturday?
Yeah, I usually try to keep these things a secret until I show up places, but it's whatever.
All right,
at least for this week.
Yeah,
no, it's all good.
We'll spill it this week and keep it in the bag next week, right?
No, it's all good. I'm not even tripping right now. Duncanville versus South Oak Cliff. I usually don't see those teams until playoffs, typically.
Sure.
But I won't see those teams because I'll obviously be moving to Alabama. But Sauk, state champs, return a lot of talent. They lose their quarterback, so they'll replace the quarterback, which is always big. And then Duncanville, who's a power, lost the state championship to powerhouse North Shore. They have a ton of talent, and it'll be another ESPN game.
I love it, man. So that's what we get to look forward to this week. And then obviously, next Wednesday we'll recap and talk about what we've seen and set the stage for the following set of games, man. But let's not waste any more time. Let's bring on guest number one, right? Class of 25 out of the great state of Virginia. I've had the pleasure of meeting this young man a few times. It's Mr. Ari Watford. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
My man. So look, we're having some technical difficulties on the video side. So as long as we got audio, we are good to go. So go ahead, Ari, man. Tell us who you are, where you're from, position you play, graduating class, anything else you want us to know about Ari.
My name is Ari Watford, class 25, 15 years old, 6'6", 220. The 25 offers, varsity starter. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it.
Already some accolades, right? I like it. So look, man, I'm gonna let Brandon, seeing how we haven't had you on the show in a little bit. It feels like forever, man. It might have only been a couple weeks, but nonetheless, I want you to get to know Ari, man. So go ahead, do what you do, and kind of pluck him, about his off season.
No, I mean, I'll personally say, a person who came from 247, I was pretty happy to see that list and see it come out. And to see the list, I was pretty happy to see what the list looked like, just for personal sake.
For sure.
But I hate the fact that I don't know Ari, to be honest, because I wanted to pride myself in knowing every single top 2025 in that class. I think 2025 is potentially the best class that we've ever seen.
25 is loaded.
Yeah, loaded for sure. But no, I mean, tell me about yourself. I'm on the rival side now. I'm with Alabama, so there's probably a fat chance I'll be following up with you for an interview myself. Tell me about yourself, and how does it feel to be on 247's list?
It's beyond blessed. It's a blessing, really. Being able to see myself on a website that a lot of people go to, to see different recruits and everything. I'm just a young kid that's humble. I'm thankful for everything that's happening right now in my life.
What about your game makes you stand out? Obviously you have the frame, so there's tons of projections that come to my mind. If we're going big time projection, we go a Kayvon Thibodeau, we go smaller projection, we go Bradley Tubb. Neither one of those are small or big projection because they're both superstars in their own right. But in your eyes, how does your game stand out on the field, and what ultimately separates you?
I think my IQ really separates me from the rest of them. I think along with my frame and everything I do on the field, the way I break down plays is just, it takes it over the top.
Right now, as far as the recruitment process is concerned, how are you feeling about everything? I don't know if you guys hear it, but I tell the guys that I'm in contact with pretty often that, about what your class is like, the buzz that your class is drawing. Do you hear that buzz? And, is that something that you're aware of at all?
Yes, sir, definitely. I'm seeing all the other 25 recruits out there. Me and my teammates, we all see it,
And speaking of teammates, man, I got to chime in because I think you got another teammate on that list that came out today, right?
Yes, sir.
You want to shout him out, man?
Shout out my man Jalen Gilchrist. Yeah,
there he is.
Sir.
I like it, man. So as of right now, I think you guys are what, number 1, number 2 in the state?
2 and 3.
2 and 3. All right, fair enough. So we get to, I get to come there and see you guys play ball live and direct as my guy, Coach Glove. I got to take this time to formally, happy birthday, Coach Glove. Happy birthday, Coach Perone, man. It's a blessed day. But look, back to you and your team on Friday night, man. Obviously we can talk about the off season. I mean, heck, we can look at your social media as we're doing right now. You've stayed pretty busy, right? You've gathered some accolades, more than deserve the ranking that you've got. But what, with all that work, what do we get to look forward to, man? How's that going to transition to Friday night when you put them pads on and you go to war starting Friday night against Bayside in Virginia Beach?
Definitely seeing some sacks, TFLs, just us winning the game, man.
All right. So I like it. And look, I just got to shout this out, man. As you see, we've got your Twitter live feed happening right now. The 2022 season goals, man, as your header. I love it. 30 sacks, man. Is that still the goal, or are we pushing the envelope?
Oh, most definitely. 30 sacks still the goal.
All right.
State record.
I like it, man. So we've talked about the recruiting, right? We've talked about what to look forward to, man. I want Brandon to take this opportunity to learn a little bit more about you, skill set wise. Who do you train with, right? Where do you train? And what do you look forward to this season, right? Class of 25. This is sophomore year. You're still building your own brand, building your own profile, and doing a heck of a job at it. But what are you looking forward to outside of 30 sacks as a goal?
Um, Definitely, I want to achieve 50 TFLs and definitely 50 tackles in total.
Okay. What else you got for him, Brandon?
Well, I mean, for me, the biggest thing is why do you play the game?
I love it.
Why? What about it?
Really, it's just my driving force to create generational wealth for my family.
I like it.
The truth. I love it. I like you. I like you.
Generational
The
wealth,
truth.
man, and I think you've got a future that is far beyond what one could dream of. And class of 25, he gets to do this thing for how many years? 3 more years in high school, man. You get to come out,
It's
ball out this year, do it again next year, and then get that much scarier coming into your senior year, man. So with that being said, we're not going to take too much more of your time. I'm sure you've got a busy schedule in front of you. But I want you to take this opportunity because that's what we do here, man. I want you to shout out anybody and everybody that's helped you along your way, man. Your class of 25, super young, super fresh to the game. But, I feel like you've been around it for long enough that there's been a lot of people in your corner helping you along the way, man. So take this opportunity, shout them out by name, show them some love, man.
First and foremost, I want to shout out my family, my parents, my mom, my dad, any of my coaches, Coach Marcus, Coach Joe, Coach Hall, Coach Eli, Coach Paul, all my guys that has helped me achieve everything I have achieved so far, and who are continuing to help me progress in life.
I like it, man. So look, I'm super excited to see you put them pads on and go to work Friday night along with your team against Bayside. Like I said, Spotlight 39 has all the coverage, so make sure you tap in on all social media because it's going to be crazy. Ari, man, we appreciate you. Get back
But
to doing what
before
you're
he
doing.
goes,
Oh, here you go.
before
What
he
you got?
goes, before he goes,
All right.
next time we'll have to link off camera, Ari, because one, I can't have Rob putting pictures of on three when I'm a rivals guy on here. One,
Oh, that
two,
is. I just noticed
I mean,
that.
I'm just saying, I pay attention. People don't pay attention.
That is
Uh,
completely my fault. Shout out to EJ though, man. Super humble dude. Got to meet him on Sunday. That's my fault, man. I improvised. But go ahead.
yeah, you didn't improvise right. Two, Ari, did you hoop? Were you a former hooper at all at any point?
Yeah,
How long did you hoop?
only for like 2 or 3 years.
Whenever how old were you when you were hooping? Like you just stopped, or it was when you were younger?
I just started recently.
You play soccer at all?
Nah,
You run track?
nah.
So it was basketball, and you played football the whole time, and you played basketball alongside it. Then you said, "I can make this generational wealth playing football." Correct?
Yep.
Smart man. Cool. I'm good.
All
Yeah,
right,
you'll see
man.
yourself on our watch list. I'm sure.
All right.
You know that though.
Look, man, I appreciate you, Ari. I'll see you. See you and the boys on Friday night. Spotlight 39 has all the coverage, man. Stay safe, stay healthy. I appreciate you. All right.
Yes, sir. All the same to you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
All right, Brandon. So look, we got through some technical difficulties. I'm gonna make a formal apology. I did not realize the watermark, so my fault. I'll do better next time. Last minute improvise. But nonetheless, man, we got another special guest, right? We got another dude that's hungry to share his story and hungry for that exposure. So, that being said, let's bring him on, man. Let's bring on guest number 2 from the. Oh, hold on. That's my fault. Guest number 2, right there, man. Live and direct. There he is. So go ahead, Hayden. Let us know who you are, where you're from, what you do, graduating class, and anything else you want us to know. And we'll get into this conversation, man. I want to hear your story.
Yes, sir. My name is Hayden Rushing. In the class of 2023, an edge and outside linebacker out of Denham Springs, Louisiana. Um, Last year I got first team all district, parish, and metro, and I put a lot of work to get way past that.
All right. So look, Brandon, we gonna have to peel back the onion with Hayden. It seems like, man, we gonna have to have some fun, man. We got to bring the energy, man. You got hype it up. You doing this for the boot, man? Let's go.
Yes,
No, I'm playing.
yes,
It's
sir.
all good.
The north part of the boot, correct? North part?
Sir?
The north part of the boot? Yeah, you're in the what part of Louisiana area? You're in north?
It's like 5 minutes outside of Baton Rouge.
Okay, so definitely
So,
south. Okay.
yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah.
I
Well, he has a
enjoy
couple
that
of
picture.
O's. He has a couple of O's. Walk me through a couple of those O's. You have Northwestern State. My dad went to Northwestern State.
Yes, sir. I got Northwestern State over the off season, spring, and then I also got Grambling and I got Buffalo right after my junior season.
How you feeling about your offer count right now? And I don't even like the word offer count. How you feeling about your offers?
Look, man,
And
we use the
like,
word blessings, man, because it's a blessing for somebody to want you to be a part of what they got going on.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
So how do you feel
I don't
about your
really look,
blessings right now?
I don't really look at them as like a number thing. It's more of a who I meet, the relationships I build, and I'm honestly blessed to have what I have. I'm blessed to have the opportunity to keep playing the game, keep my parents from paying for it, getting a free education.
That's a big deal, right?
Yes,
Free
sir.
education is the key to all of this, right? Because the
Yes, sir.
ultimate goal is, you want to live out your dream. You want to play football at a high level. I get that. But realistically, man, you want to get that free, good education because football doesn't last forever. No matter how good you are, right? And, I mean, unless you're Tom Brady, I feel like, he's played pretty much forever. He retires, comes back, and he'll still probably be an MVP candidate. But not everybody's built like Tom Brady, so it doesn't last forever. So the fact is, you've got to think bigger than the game. You've got to know what you want. So I'm just curious, man, and we're kind of just gonna go off the cusp per se. But I want to know, being a senior, right? You've got a couple of blessings, right? You're going to put together some solid film this year. I think more blessings will come your way. What are you looking forward to, or what are you looking for, I should say, in a school, right? Because obviously, you got schools wanting you to be a part of what they got going on, but it's important for you to want to be a part of what they got based on what you're looking to do outside of the game. So what is it that you look forward to outside of the game when it comes to school?
I really haven't figured that out yet. Something tells me I should come back and, become a coach. And then other things tell me just to, get away from football and start and get a degree in construction management,
Okay.
carry on a business.
I'm with it, man. There's options, right? That's the best part about it, right? You're still young enough to have options, and the nice thing is you've got football, something that's a pastime, a hobby, something that you enjoy doing. Hopefully, it's something you love doing. That's going to help you get there, right? So let's kind of backtrack a little bit, right? I want to know about the off season. You're getting ready to come into your senior year. What work did you put in this off season to prepare, man?
So, I actually went a lot of places like in the winter,
Okay.
right after football season. We traveled a lot, with a lot of unofficials, just seeing around. And a lot of the coaches told me that I needed to be more violent with my hands, and they told me things I could do to be better. So, I went and met a trainer. His name's Rodrell. That's the guy.
There he is.
And and then he showed me a lot that I never knew about. Since thought I was just an outside linebacker. Whenever there's so much more to it, and I learned the whole defensive inside of the part. And then I've also kept the same mentality that I rolled into last season with.
Nice. So with that, what would you say your biggest strength is coming into this year?
Pass rush, hit power,
All right.
speed.
So hit him with the flip side, Brandon.
So what do you feel like you have to work on most?
Shoot.
You have something to work on. He's going slow, like trying to think. Unless the list is just that long, which it's not.
I have talents as of now, but I'm saying that regardless, I can work on that, make it better. I can get better in every aspect of my game. There's always progress to be made, and if you don't make progress with it, you're just losing it.
All right. So if you were to if
No,
you were
no,
to pick
Rob,
something, oh, go
Rob.
ahead.
You will make a good coach. That was very good coach answer.
I
No,
like
go
it.
ahead.
Yes,
Nah,
sir.
but if we were to kind of run the gauntlet, right? We're talking footwork, we're talking explosiveness, violence with your hands, right? What aspect of that would you say, not to say that you're bad at, right? But that you'd like to come in this year and really make an impact, saying, man, this is the work I put in the off season. This was, my area of opportunity or my focus area, and this is what I'm going to achieve. What area would you say that is?
Well, last season, if you look at my film, I didn't really have many pass rush moves coming off the edge. So I worked on that a lot this all season. And then my I don't know how to word this. It's like my weight control pretty much. It wasn't that good, and I've
Okay.
actually worked on that. So there's that too.
So diet, nutrition, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So did you want to put on some weight or did you want to take off some weight?
I actually put on. I was 225 going into. Well, I finished last season at 215 ish, and then I was 225 going into the summer. And right now I'm sticking at 218,
Okay.
which was after the cut.
So what do you think? What are your thoughts on that, Brandon? Body wise.
I think it makes sense. Whenever he said weight control, the first thought I had was probably have some trouble keeping on weight because you'll probably max hold 240 maybe, and that's you in college, right? That's what coaches are saying to you. Is that what they're saying?
No, sir. I haven't really heard anything about that.
They haven't talked to you about where they have you playing, like as far as weight management.
Well, no, sir. I've actually been like everywhere wants me to play something different, and then
Really?
like they know I can put on 20 pounds. Like that's me holding my weight isn't the thing. I was more thinking along the lines of like my mobility at a higher body weight.
Okay.
But regardless, whenever you get to the next level, they'll have you gain the 20 pounds, so you'll play at about 240, right?
Yes,
What
sir.
positions do they have you? Like walking through the different schools. Obviously, Northwestern State's in North Louisiana, Buffalo's in Buffalo, New York. These are night and day. Kind of walk us through
Right.
the offers that you have, and then where things stand with each school. It doesn't have to mean they're recruiting you hard right now. This means where do things stand?
So with Buffalo, they wanted me to play a Mike linebacker, put on about 20 pounds after high school. Just get big. And we talk every now and then. It's a dead period right now, so we can't really communicate. And then at Northwestern State, they wanted me to play a non-tech, and then put on some weight for that. Obviously, keep the speed, work on a lot of my pass rush,
Mm-hmm.
and then we talk a good bit, like whenever we're able to. And then Grambling wanted to keep me as like a outside linebacker, maybe throw me in a DN, definitely put on some weight for either position.
And the weight thing's not just a you thing. They're going to tell every single person to
Yes,
put
sir.
on weight, whether they're a 5-star or whether they're a no star. So
It's
that's
pretty,
not an uncommon thing, right?
Yes, sir.
But no, I mean, for you, how have you enjoyed the process? Like I mentioned, my dad went to Northwestern State, so very familiar with that program, with like that campus life. But how are you enjoying things for yourself right now?
So, it was a hassle, but I loved it. Like I saw so many different cities, so many different like people I've met. Uh, every part of it has been beyond enjoyable, and I'm blessed to have experienced it because not many people do. And then just the food I've eaten all across, like the South.
it's a little
been
different
great.
than Louisiana, right?
Yes, sir. They have. So I have a lot of family from Tennessee.
Okay.
So we go up there, eat some barbecue, come down here, eat some Cajun food. It's
It's a little different, right? You probably
Yes.
don't find. Have you gone up north to Buffalo yet?
No, sir, not yet.
I was gonna say, like, I'm just curious, like, when you start to go further north, right? How does that food sample, compare to what you get down in Louisiana, man? Because
It's
I
different.
personally I love some Cajun food, man. I absolutely love it.
Mhm.
But I'm also a fluffy dude, and I enjoy food in general. So, but all
Man,
is
I
well. So, what else? What else do you want us to know about you, man? Like, what makes you Hayden outside of the game? I'm enjoying this conversation. We still got a few good minutes, so We'll learn a little bit about who you are outside the game, especially you being a senior. You're going to wrap this season up. What do you like to do in your spare time? Not football related, not working out, not sports related. Do you ride dirt bikes? You listen to Beethoven? Like I said, man, best story I've ever heard from any kid. He had a pet bunny that after Friday night, he would go out and be violent, come back and literally snuggle with his bunny. And he was a 4-star athlete, class of 2022. 21, sorry, class of 21.
Sounds like you're snitching.
Look, I ain't calling nobody out. It's on the YouTube channel. He's a great kid, but it was one of the most unique stories that I've heard. So I'm curious, man. What do you like to do?
I love to fish and hunt. It's a typical, thing for a boy to say in the South.
Now, hold on. When you say hunt, man, you're down in Louisiana? Are we hunting gators? Are we hunting deer?
Gators, deer, ducks.
Oh, you hunt gators?
That's what
My dad does. He used to guide them out.
Really?
So, yeah.
I'm pretty interested now. I used to watch Swamp People when I was in college. I used to watch Swamp People like it was religion.
I was going to say religiously, man. Like that's what brought me to that question. I want to know what you hunt. And you actually hunt gators, man. That's awesome.
So is the Swamp People thing legitimate? Like, how legit is the Swamp People thing? Like, it's not fake?
It's pretty spot on, but,
So what they're showing on television is real?
For the most part. They cut out the blood and all that part of it. It's scary though.
But they fight gators in mucky water, and then
like they're holding on to the gator for real.
Right.
I'm not trying to hold on to a gator line. That's burning your hand and stuff.
Heck no.
So you've done that or no?
Yeah.
You've held the gator or you killed it?
Oh no, I just watched.
Oh, he said.
Oh, okay.
He goes on the trips, man. He's a visual learner, right? He's watching.
I was interested.
You and me both, man. So what else you got for him, Brandon? Before we let him get back to his evening.
I had the gator questions, honestly, but hey, where's the best place to find a hat? Because I'm coming that week. I'm coming that way week 6. I don't know. Whenever St. Augustine plays Zachary, but so I'll be in the booth that whole weekend. But what are some of the best spots to eat in the area? Because it's all within about 1.5 hours, 2 hours apart. And then where's the best under the radar place that you found apparel? Most specifically, hats, trucker hats.
What kind of hats?
Hold on. Even more specifically, Bass Pro trucker hats.
Nah, not those. Just like that style, but not those. Yes.
Well, in all honesty, the Denham Springs Bass Pro is huge, so you ought to find a few hats in there. They got shades in Perkins Row. That's off the top of my head. That's pretty good. Lids, you can get a hat from there at the mall. You walk around
commercialized, man.
Yeah, he went straight commercial. I thought you had a hole in the wall space. Okay, then where yeah.
I don't got one, but hey.
Okay, hole in the wall food place then.
Oh, well, I'm talking dive. I'm talking diners, drive-ins, and I'm talking Guy Fieri or Fieri. He hasn't gone there yet. It's that exclusive.
All right, so Denham actually has a Denham patty, which has probably the best burgers I've ever had. And then you go towards Baton Rouge, and you got Blue Store Chicken, which is only
Blue Store Chicken.
You better be taking notes, Brandon.
It is so good, so good.
Blue Store Chicken, that's what it's called.
Triplets Blue Store.
Okay.
They got one right there by Southern, and they got another one, but you gotta go with one in Scotlandville right by Southern. That's the good one.
Okay. How close are you to Scotlandville? I know a couple of those kids.
About 30, 40.
Y'all play them in the regular season, or are they like a division lower than you?
We used to, and then they got moved to Select. They completely changed our schedule. Last year, they're actually in our schedule. Like they're in our they're in our what's it called?
Conference division.
Yeah, they do it different down there. They definitely do it different. He says they went Select. What is that?
So Louisiana changed a lot of things, and it's like now select schools and non-select schools are different. So schools that can recruit, all the zones. It's so hard to explain. It's like there's a bunch of zones, and so
they have it set up now where schools it's like they're allowing you to recruit versus schools that don't recruit.
It's not like that's basically what it is, but it's not like said that. It's basically schools. So in Baton Rouge, they have all you know how it is. They have all those schools on top of each other. They're all around. Then they got schools by themselves, like in their own like parish. And then right after that, they have like just schools that are not like able to move. I don't really know how to explain it. It's a long like list.
It's worth a Google.
Yeah, it
It
is.
is.
And I got that. And on that note, I know you have to go. So Rob, spin it out.
Let's do this, man. So look, take this opportunity, show some love to everybody that's been there for you along your journey, because your journey in high school is coming to a close, man. So I'm sure you've had a lot of supporters, mom, dad, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins. I don't care who they are, man. Shout them out by name. Return that love, man, because you can screenshot this and play it back for them. All right.
Yes, sir. So I got my coaches, my family. Me and my brother used to line up on each other like every day, so that was fun. Coach Beard for sure. Coach Coates. My trainers. They've always kept me right. Bork, Salty.
Oh, you said pork?
Bork.
Bork. Okay. Like, huh.
Yes.
Pork's a pretty cool nickname, but go ahead.
And then, you know, that's pretty much it.
That's it, man. Look, we've done learned, I think, everything that we could learn in a matter of 20 minutes or so. So Hayden, man, I appreciate you jumping on. I hope you had as much fun having this conversation as we did. Brandon, man, you need to get some gator when you're down there, man. Don't go for the chicken. You got to go for the gator, man. It tastes like chicken, right? At least that's what I'm told.
It's like chicken with steak consistency.
There you go.
Texture.
He said, "No, thank you." All right, Hayden, man, I appreciate you. Get back to your night. Stay safe. Stay healthy.
Yes,
best of luck this season, man.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good night.
See you there.
Thank you
as
for
well.
having me.
Good deal, man. So look, what did you think, man? Back at it, right? We finally Friday Night Lights is just around the corner. I'm excited. You excited?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've just been very particular about how I'm handling things, but I just know, the season starts tomorrow, and I'm just excited to get out there and get out there.
Yeah, man. So you live in the great state of Texas as of now, right? So
Yeah.
you get some top notch football pretty much at will. So I'm excited. I'm going to be obviously tapped in with you tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing where you're going to be. You're going to be somewhere tomorrow, I assume.
Yeah,
All right,
I got
perfect.
a good one tomorrow.
Oh,
ESPN one.
Oh, all right. So look, I'll be tapped in live then if it's on ESPN, and I'll be watching
I'll
your social
tell you
media.
the game. I'm not even tripping this year.
Oh, all
At
right.
least
Well,
on the first week.
let's
Yeah,
go.
I'm doing Den Geyer and why do I keep forgetting that? I think I forgot Geyer earlier. Den Geyer and Orange and Martin. There'll be
Okay.
a lot of NFL talent on the field. Peyton Bowen.
Yeah.
Peyton Bowen is an NFL player. Period.
100%.
There's a lot of players that I've seen that will probably play in the NFL. Hayden, he's playing in the NFL. Hayden Bowen's an NFL guy.
The talent
Sure,
level
Hayden
is.
Bowen's a dog.
Yeah, I mean, and he gets to put that on showcase on national television. I think it's ESPNU kicked off tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
They'll beat Martin.
Yep. So you'll be on the sidelines, full coverage, man. So make sure you follow my guy on all of his social media, right? You're gonna have some coverage of some kind. You're gonna have your articles. You're gonna do what you do, whatever it is that you're gonna be doing, man. Tap in, B Howard _11 on Twitter and all of his social media. He's super easy to find. The articles, man. The articles are nonstop. I love it. So
they pump it out. That's good stuff.
yeah, man. Look, I'm happy to have you back on. I'm happy that we're back at it, but I'm super happy that it's finally go time, man. We did 7-on-7. We had some fun, right? But now we get to see what these kids get to do with the pads. So again, I'm gonna be in 757 Virginia Beach covering Bayside in Salem. Brandon's going to be all over the place in the great state of Texas. It seems like all weekend long, covering some of the biggest matchups of the year potentially, right? And like I said, man, I couldn't do this, without saying shout out to Coach Negro and the St. John Bosco boys, man. Super first class coach and organization for that matter. I wish I was able to be there and see you guys play live, but I'll be back in Cali in a couple of weeks when you bring in the Hawaiian programs. So shout out to Bosco, but shout out to Allen. I don't know anybody from Allen per se, but hopefully that changes in due time. What else you got for us before we close this thing out, man?
Don't worry about it. The Bosco score, Allen will lose by about 30. I mean, if the coaches watch it, it is what it is. It is what it is. I have Geyer beating, this is a national platform, but I might as well run through it real quick. And then I have Duncanville beating South Oak Cliff. But I think we're in store for a good season. Technically, every season of college football or high school football or NFL is always technically a good season.
Yes, sir.
Most particularly if the Cowboys don't win, it's always a good season, baby.
See,
Always.
that's why I like you. That's why I like you. Look, man, if there's one team that I dislike,
And this is not a Defenders. This is not Defenders. This is Waller High School because I'm not a Washington Defenders or Nationals or whatever they are. I'm
That's
not a
funny.
Washington fan. I'm not cheering for Carson Wentz. I'm sorry.
Hey, look, man, there's nothing wrong with Commander Carson, but by no means, I'm a Philly fan. I love the Eagles, so shout out to the Eagles, man. But look, this was a lot of fun. We're going to get to do this thing next week. We'll get to recap all the fun that we've had, and, we'll have some new guests next week. So make sure you tap in, spotlight39.com. It's going to have all the links to all the coverage that I do personally, and then it's got the link to the 39 Hearts nonprofit foundation, which is the reason why Spotlight 39 exists. So tap in, spotlight39.com. Every strong athlete needs a strong heart. That being said, Brandon, you ready to close this out with 39 Hearts? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Appreciate you.